right, and we're back. So, news came down last week that a movie will be coming out in 2022 for the highly popular animated series, or anime, Jujutsu Kaisen. I watched it last week. Eric's kind of in the middle of it, so let's break it down. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
Dude, you look dead. Like I was looking at your eyes, and you're like, those are the eyes of a dead man. He has no soul in there. What is happening? Is it really that bad? Is your new job that bad? Is it that exhausting?
I'm fine.
You're fine. I don't feel pain anymore. Everything is cool.
I've actually got on the physical aspect. I'm getting pretty used to it. It's the waking up early that's killing me.
Oh yeah. It's not normal. It's not natural. I've been there before, and my schedule wasn't even as fucked up as yours. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's talk about the anime Jujutsu Kaisen. Now, this
pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's considered to be one of the new big three, probably. It's the next generation. It's the upcoming contender.
Now, it's clearly inspired by two of the big three, which was Naruto and Bleach.
Yeah. So, a few weeks ago, I talked actually a little bit about this anime because it was in the list of the best animes of last year, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna see it because it already sounded cool. And the premise basically is a guy that eats the finger of a demon, and so in order to get rid of the demon that's inside him, he has to eat all the fingers, and that's kind of what it says in IMDb.
Yeah, high schooler gets fingered by a demon.
Yes, that's fair. That's fair. And so it's actually pretty funny because the description does not do it justice. To me, what seems better, or the thing that they're omitting that seems very important to me, is the fact that after he eats all the 10 fingers, they're going to kill him. So
20.
Yeah, 20. I'm sorry. After he eats all the 10 fingers, he's going to die.
20.
So basically, I'm sorry. Numbers.
I thought I was a dead one.
Numbers and names have never been my thing, all right? So after he eats all the 20 fingers, he's going to die. He's going to get killed. So it's actually, it's interesting in the sense that they're only keeping him alive to get the fingers so they can kill him.
You think they're going to back out from that one?
I mean, I'm assuming so, but I hope not, because honestly, that'd be pretty cool. Let's see, Mob Nasty, saludos, Darío Eric, much love, homeboy, Escondido, California, tapping in those eyes of a man on cannabis, puro pedo, all love, homie. All right, well, that's what he's saying about you, man.
I mean, I guess I'll play the role.
Rastafari, man. All right, so I already finished the whole season 1. The show's pretty good. It's really good. It's one of those shows that immediately from the very first episode, you feel, okay, this is going to be special. It has the potential to be special. It has the potential to be fun. And unlike Demon Slayer, overall, I enjoyed season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen way more. Now, Demon Slayer picks up at the later half of the season, and
the movie's fantastic.
Yeah, and that's when it becomes really cool. But Jujutsu Kaisen is cool from the beginning. Like the main character, he's not a whiny little bitch. You like him, and the cast around him. Yeah, he's cool. He's like a cool.
But
dude.
It's not like
he's a good
hard.
chap. Yeah, he's a good chap. You know, he's kind of like a slacker, but he has a heart of gold.
I don't think slacker's the right way to put it. He's kind of like a competent Naruto.
No, he's like, he doesn't want, he's a part of what the mysterious, the mystery club or whatever, just so that he doesn't have to be a part of any of the sports clubs. Like, he's kind of a slacker.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, the point is, the main character, what's his name? Yuji?
Yuji, yeah.
Yuji's pretty cool. His counterpart, which would be the demon that he has inside of him, I love that guy. He's fucking hysterical. He's evil.
The demon's name is Sukuna, and he's OP as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you can see sort of the parallels to Naruto right away.
Yes.
With the, demon and having him inside,
demon
a
inside
secret
of
power
him.
Kind of thing.
Groups of 3, like 2 boys and a girl.
The teacher, he looks like Kakashi. Like,
well, no, Kakashi only covers one eye. This guy covers 2, so immediately different. You've been proven wrong.
And to show his powers, he needs to, raise the thing.
Yeah, well, I think he lowers it. It's very different. Completely different thing. So There's a lot of things that I liked about this show. There's a lot of things that mostly I have positive things to say overall season 1. But before we get into breaking down season 1, let's talk about what the movie is going to be about. So,
well, hang on.
Well,
Are there spoilers?
Maybe. It looks kind of more like it's gonna be something about it. But all right, I'll just give you the information. All right, it will premiere in the U.S. and in Canada in theaters on March 18th this year. Tickets come on sale to February 25th. So I mean, it's coming up. It's gonna be pretty.
It's gonna be in theaters.
Yeah, pretty soon. And if
you want to do the Demon Slayer thing that we did?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
And if you look at the poster here, you don't see any of the main characters except maybe Gojo.
I think it's Gojo. Yeah.
Yeah, except
Satoru Gojo. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming it's going to be like a side quest for all the other characters. So I'll just read you here what it says. When they were children, Rika Orimoto was killed in a traffic accident right before right before the eyes of her close friend Yuta Okotsu. It's a promise. When we both grow up, we'll get married. Rika became an apparition, and Yuta longed for his own death after suffering under her curse. But the greatest Jujutsu sorcerer, Satoru Gojo, oh, there you go, welcomed him into Jujutsu High. There, Yuta meets his classmates Maki Zenin, Toge Inumaki, and Panda. Yeah?
Toge
Inumaki and Panda, and finally finds his own determination. I want the confidence to say it's okay that I'm alive. While I'm in Jujutsu High, I'll break Rika-chan's curse. Meanwhile, the vile curse user Suguru Geto, who was expelled from the schools for massacring ordinary people, appears before Yuta and the others. This coming December 24th was okay. So whatever.
Why are the Japanese just the absolute worst at
doing a summary?
They're the worst.
I don't know, but I think it's going to be about this guy who doesn't really appear on the show. Am I correct? I'm not mixing him up, right?
So I've seen him in a few sort of flashbacks where they say they're thinking about someone that was important to them in the past.
Yeah, and they're hinting at somebody who's super powerful.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really appear on the show.
So apparently the movie's going to be about him.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it sounds like it's going to be of the whole class. Now, it's not clear if it's going to be a prequel or based on that synopsis. I'm not sure if it's going to be a prequel, but the thing that I love about this show...
Well, it's called Zero, right? Jujutsu Kaisen 0?
I think so. So the thing that I'm liking about this show is that the supporting cast is phenomenal. And I mean phenomenal. I don't think there's a side character that I would just get rid of. They're all fucking amazing. Particularly Miwa. I love her. She's just fantastic.
Is that the blue hair chick?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's funny. I like her.
Useless Miwa is phenomenal. I'm not sure if you're at that point yet, but I love it. That's one of the greatest nicknames of all time.
I'm at the point where the chick with the lance steals her sword.
Oh yeah, that's when she becomes useless Miwa.
Yeah. She's like, can you please give it back? I kind of can't fight without it.
Hey, that's illegal.
Wait, give it.
You're supposed to be ranked 4. Oh no, I just remember something that I don't like about the show. The ranking systems makes no fucking sense. How can you be like rank 2 and then almost rank 1 and then rank 1? It's like, what the fuck does that even mean? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Actually, they kind of explain it when they explain how the rankings work compared to curses.
Okay.
So, rank 1 sorcerer is not the same as a rank 1 curse.
Mm-hmm.
The way it works is a rank 1 sorcerer basically always has the ability to beat a rank 1 curse.
Yeah.
So they're always a little bit far behind.
Okay.
I would imagine someone who is near first grade would be sort of like a first grade curse.
Okay.
So it's like it's.
But
it's
why don't
there.
you just call him grade 2? Like, why near first grade?
I'm guessing they have like specific requirements for changing grades.
I don't know.
It's really silly. Maybe you have to be able to like create an inner domain or something.
Maybe. I don't know. To me, I would just call it rank 2. But whatever. Other than that, the show's pretty good. Pretty good. The main character...
By the way, I'm really happy with the trend that they have recently with the new shonen anime where they actually have great animation.
Yes. Animation is great. The music's fantastic. And the thing that I like is that they're actually using the badass characters.
The second opening sucks balls.
Yeah.
And the ending.
I agree.
Well, dude, the first ending is the tits. The tits.
The tits. Why?
Because it bops. It beats and bops.
That is true.
It bops and boops. I'm like dancing around.
It gets you like, yeah, you get in the mood.
It's so, honestly, it's really bad for the mood sometimes.
Yeah,
Because sometimes it's like,
dark show.
oh my god, like, this crazy shit happened and people are dying and oh my god. And then it's like, yeah. I love it.
All right, okay, yeah.
Fantastic.
The music's fantastic. I'm like, it feels epic. This show has a thing that it feels epic. Like, it feels like it's gonna be special. And I like that, like Gojo, they introduce him as the most powerful character ever, and they actually use him. You know, I've always hated the whole Saint Seiya thing where you don't use the most powerful characters ever. Here, they're being used, and I fucking love it. Because they're the most interesting ones. Like, even in Demon Slayer, you rarely get to see like the elites. They
sort of build up to them.
They have like, each one has like their own story arc or whatever. Here it's like, nah, we're using you, and it's fun. The freaking accountant guy, or the I forget his name, but the dude who's an adult, Nanami. I was laughing my ass off with that man. He's the fucking best. It's one of those things where, there you go, Nanami. There you go, Rice TV. There you go. This dude knows what's up. Who's your favorite character, Rice? So far, I gotta tell you, I love Toto. Toto is the fucking shit.
Well, the question is, what kind of woman are you into?
I like tall women with big asses, like Jennifer Lawrence. Panda's pretty cool. Panda has his moments. And so it's one of those things where you actually...
Oh, I just actually saw the episode where Panda fights.
Panda's legit.
Pretty legit.
Yeah, and...
Also, he's not a panda.
Spoiler alert.
I guess.
Or actually, he's more than just a panda.
He's a pan trio.
There you go. It's got to be kind of weird, but whatever. Point is, they're using all the other surrounding characters, and it's fun. And it's the only thing that I'm kind of missing is slightly more consequences for the characters. It's like, so far, I haven't seen any consequences yet. In the grand scheme of things, I haven't seen anything yet. Now, they're hinting at it, but like for example, I thought that Nanami should have died, but I was really happy that he didn't, because Nanami's the shit. So
I thought it actually made perfect sense why Yuji was able to get him out. Like, so we're talking about the fight that they both had against the... What do they call him?
I have his name here. Like, there you go. Actually, we could put this big on this. There you go, so that people can see it.
Mahito.
Yeah.
So, basically, he manages to create the inner domain thing, which basically is like a one-hit kill. Like, if this...
For a dude that has one-hit kill powers, it's an automatic hit, basically, going in there.
Yeah, and I thought the logic was pretty solid. Where it's like, okay, so basically, he has me at the palm of his hand to do whatever he wants with my soul. So... Nobody would ever want to really break into an inner domain. Yeah. Because it's like, I'm just going to lose. It's like walking into like a nuclear core, and it's like, you're just going to die. So why would you do it?
Yeah.
But first off, Yuji didn't know that. He's just like, I'm going to break him out.
Like, he's in there. I break in. I
can help him.
Yeah.
Yeah. In any other character, he would be walking into a trap.
Yeah.
But... The thing with Yuji is that he has, the demon. So it's like, oh, so he's trying to touch the soul of the demon, and the demon doesn't like that.
No.
So I thought it made a lot of sense.
No, to me, it was before that. It was when they fight in the sewers.
Well, he went into overtime.
He took his tie off.
Yeah, they were paying him at least double.
There you go.
Makes perfect sense to me.
I don't know, but to me, it was one of those things like, man, well, no character actually dies that you care about other than that stupid kid that we knew he was going to die anyway. So, actually, that whole storyline, I hated it. Except that I loved his mom, and then they killed her, which is bastards.
That one was actually one that I had a problem with. And
it throws off the pacing.
No. I actually like the character and all that. I thought his power was pretty cool with the jellyfish. And the poison. I actually thought he was going to become like a main character because he's on the opening.
Yeah.
But then they changed the opening and I'm like, oh, I guess he's dead.
Nah, they're not going to use him anymore.
No, but what was I saying? So, shonen anime usually has this problem where it drags on.
Yeah.
Too long.
Yes.
The pacing is super slow, and you're just like, all right, get on with it.
Overstay their welcome.
But one thing that is of benefit to that is you do get more attached to the characters because you spend a lot of time with them.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, the story's kind of going pretty fast. So I think that whole arc happened in like an episode. I think he Yuji met that guy like maybe the episode prior, and in the next one he's fighting him. Like, it just went by super fast and didn't really have a lot of time for like.
I don't know, because I feel that guy's on screen forever. Like,
no. Him doing his own thing, yeah. But him when he actually meets Yuji.
Well, they meet. The mom dies, and then shit hits the fan. So let's say 2 episodes.
The mom dies in the same episode she first appears. It's like, how are we supposed to really, feel it?
Yeah. Well, because she was cool.
Well, she was pretty hot.
Of course.
But that has been one of my problems, that I feel like the show maybe sometimes goes a little bit too fast, but it's kind of a double-edged sword.
Well, to me, here's the problem with that particular story arc. You're throwing a story arc in the middle of something super interesting that we want to see. Like, I really wanted to see the fight between the schools, or see Yuji actually train doing something interesting. And the problem is that character is boring as fuck.
Well, there's 2 problems. Yuji, we needed to see his growth throughout, like, basically he's been training to be able to use...
Yuji needed to kill a human, basically.
Yeah, so that's his growth as a character, and then we needed to see how strong he's become.
Mm-hmm.
With using cursed energy, which is basically chakra.
Yeah.
My big problem with Yuji at this point is his powers are pretty boring.
Oh, okay, because you haven't been there with Toto yet.
No, he's just fighting him, so he's having that, getting to that next level fight. But up to this point, he's just the punching and kicking guy.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that the series does get better in that regard, because he has the least interesting ability out of anyone so far.
Has Toto used the phrase "bad habit" yet when you're seeing him?
I think.
Okay. So did he already have the flashback?
Yeah, where he pretended they were best friends for
forever.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, like, I'm gonna kick your ass because I respect you. I'm not gonna hold anything back.
I can see him eventually, like, through that fight, becoming, he discovers something of his abilities, and maybe he becomes more interesting.
Yes. Okay. So let's just say, I agree with you that it's simple, but there's more there, and you can tell that there's gonna be more there, and there's gonna be more growth. But his thing is,
I wonder why he's so, like, superhuman without magic. I assume it's because of, like, maybe his parents were sorcerers or something. I don't know. Or maybe they were curses. I don't know.
Some people are just, born different.
No. Yuji's literally stronger than Toto. Like, even Toto says, like, his raw strength is bigger than mine.
Yeah.
And that dude is buff as hell. Like, he flexes his shirt off.
You don't need to be that buff to be strong.
I'm just saying. I'm wondering how he got so strong.
Steroids.
All right.
Fair enough.
I mean, if that's the answer, I'll take it.
Yeah. So, the surrounding cast, to me, is epic. Honestly, the biggest concern here, for me, was Nobara Kugisaki, just because I was like, please don't make her Sakura. Please. The world doesn't need another Sakura. But, so far, in what I've seen about the show...
She's more of a Rukia.
Define Rukia.
From Bleach.
I've never seen Bleach. I've never seen Bleach.
She's more of a tsundere, but she's, like, really capable.
Yes.
And strong.
However, they are following the same thing where she's clearly the weakest of the 3. The weakest link. So they really need to give her an upgrade. There's a lot of characters here that are OP as fuck. Like, the dude that can control you with his voice is insane. Like, that's not even fucking fair. And you haven't seen the rest of the class from Kyoto. And you haven't seen Toto's real power yet. It's it's one of those things where you're like, and these are supposed to be the students? Like, how powerful are the fucking teachers? How fucking powerful is Gojo?
I mean, to be fair, we already saw Gojo's power.
And
It's infinity.
and it's not even fucking fair.
Listen, I think we're gonna get to JoJo levels of people are just gonna start controlling time at one point. Okay.
Okay, so the villain's time.
I guess. How do you beat infinity?
Okay, so let's get into the fun stuff. Would you, if you could only continue watching one show, would it be Jujutsu Kaisen or would it be Demon Slayer?
That's a dumb question.
Why is it a dumb question?
Because I can watch both.
No, you have to pick one. Which one are we picking?
Why would I have to pick?
Because it's fun. Because it's fun. You can only pick one. You can only pick either Jujutsu Kaisen or Demon Slayer. And you haven't finished season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen.
So, all right, that's a silly question, but all right, I'll humor you.
Okay.
I guess I would stick with the Jujutsu Kaisen only because a couple of my buddies already read the manga for Demon Slayer and they didn't really like how it ended.
Okay.
In the sense of they think it was too rushed.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, okay, I mean, at least maybe that one's not going somewhere that great. I have a feeling the anime will probably fix the pacing issues. And I mean, with Jujutsu Kaisen, I don't know, it does give me that old school Bleach feeling of, it's like characters just look cool and everything that's happening is just cool.
That's the correct word to describe it. This show's cool.
It's like it's still pretty anime. It still has a lot of that, like it has a lot of that silliness, humor that maybe it sometimes is a little too much, but it feels more.
Sometimes it's a little too much.
Yeah, sometimes a little too much. Like, during the serious parts, it's like, it tries. I'm not saying it tries to be too Marvel, but that's what I call it when you can't maintain what would you call it, the mood.
Yeah.
In a scene, you kind of like spoil it a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is more of my style of anime.
Okay.
But,
I love the real world references. I love that they actually dropped Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, that's funny. And her big ass.
Yeah, dude. They talk about kamehamehas and shit. It's one of those things, like, it's more relatable in more ways than one. It's a more relatable show. It's more grounded on the real world, so that makes it more fun.
Yeah, and to me, it grabs from both, because I mean, it's clearly inspired by Naruto and Bleach.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly. But it is its own thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a ripoff. Like when you're watching it, you're not thinking like, oh my god, like this. Like right now,
are you kidding me? Do you not remember the Naruto story arc where he's training, watching movies, watching Lord of the Rings,
and bad horror films?
That was actually super creative. Like I'll give it to the show. It's extremely creative in the ways that it presents you something similar but different. It adapts it to like the real world, so it's fun. It's enjoyable.
One thing that I am wondering is what I'm calling the Gojo problem.
Okay.
Which is, what are they? So there's a few roles that mentor characters end up taking.
Okay.
He's gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna somehow get maimed or something, which is gonna make him lose a lot of his powers.
Okay.
Or maybe he's a bad guy? I don't know. But they have a problem because they've shown us the peak.
Uh-huh.
That's his purpose in the show. It's to show us what the peak of a sorcerer is. Now what do we do with him?
Well, that's an interesting problem. And it actually
one of the villains, their plan is, shit, this guy's too strong. We gotta find a way to, like, get rid of him. Not by killing him, we just need to seal him for long enough so that we can bring out the demon.
That's what I was gonna say. This is what I like. It's the Gojo problem is that he's making having him in the show makes the villains more interesting. Because now they have to find clever ways of going around him. So it's not like just you show up and I'm more powerful, fuck you. No, it's like, oh fuck, I gotta be like, I'm not just an uber powerful being. I actually have to come here and outsmart the heroes. And mainly, I gotta get rid of this guy. I gotta get rid of their queen, because otherwise we're fucked. There's no way we can win if that guy's there. So it's a problem in the sense that, yeah, sure, what route are they gonna take with him? But it's also an advantage because you're making the villains more interesting. You're like, holy shit, these guys, fuck. Well, how are they gonna get out of this mess once Gojo shows up? You know?
I don't know. The villains feel a little more like what were the in Dragon Ball, the guys who make Goku small,
The Red Rockets?
maybe? Like those, they're just insignificant and they're trying to find a way to go around having to actually defeat Goku. So it's like, you know,
I wish you were little. If you were little, we'd beat ya.
yeah. So they feel more like that than, you know, like big threats that, you know, someone like Gojo couldn't handle. What I'm suspecting is maybe the danger is going to be the danger comes from within, and maybe one of like the people in the school is actually like the big bad. I don't know.
I mean, there's clearly a spy in the school.
Listen, it's a shonen anime. I know there's going to be power creep, and you know we're going to see like it just keep going. Do you think he's actually stronger than Sukuna?
Gojo?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's an interesting situation why Gojo wants to make Yuji eat all the fingers. And I think it's one of those things that he kind of wants to... It's a Goku thing, like, oh yeah, I want to fight a stronger enemy. So, if we've learned anything about the Goku situation is that you end up making an enemy that's stronger than yourself. Every single time. And so he has to raise his level.
Well, what we've seen from Gojo so far is that he's a silly guy, but
reckless as fuck.
But he's definitely got that scheming, you know, mentality where he wants to like take down the higher ups in the school.
Yeah.
Basically by doing the, you know, all right, I know I could kill all of you, but that wouldn't change anything, so I'm just going to change the students, and eventually everything's going to change.
Maybe. But I don't know. To me, like I said, Gojo is a great thing to add there because, and being in as the audience member, being in close contact to the most powerful character there, it changes the dynamic. Like usually, like for example, Naruto wasn't hanging out with the most powerful character the whole time until he met the pervy sage.
Well, it's like, because the most powerful character was the villain.
Okay.
Or the villains.
Exactly. So you don't really get to spend that much time with them. Here, you're actually seeing the top of the tops, and it makes for a different style of anime. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's just, I know what you're saying, but I still don't trust that the big bad isn't...
Gonna be a punk bitch?
No. Isn't gonna be like, you know... I have a feeling that once the big bad appears, he's like gonna mop the floor with Gojo just to show, you know, how strong he is and how much of a danger it is or something like that.
Or if there's something that we've learned about this show, and we learned it through Yuji and what was the other guy's name? Mahito, is that sometimes there's somebody who's your direct counter. So there's got to be somebody out there who's the direct counter to Gojo. And you see it with a bunch of other characters. You see it with the girl, you forget her name. I forget everybody's name. But you see it with a bunch of different characters that there's just somebody who you're a bad match against. And there's going to be a demon out there, or a sorcerer, or I'm sorry, what are they called?
Curse.
Or a curse wielder? Is that what they're called? Curse wielders?
I mean, curses are the enemies.
No, but there's somebody...
But there are sorcerers who use curses to fight.
Yeah, so there's going to be somebody who's his exact counter. It's going to be a bad matchup for him, and that could probably be the big bad. I don't know. Or maybe they're going to just send him out somewhere to another fucking dimension, which I've seen happen in, like, for example, they do that in Saint Seiya. So it's like, I can't beat you. Well, if you're not here, I don't have to deal with you. So let's just get you the fuck out of here.
Maybe they're going to do something interesting with the pacts. Like, maybe Gojo's going to have to do a pact that ends up turning him evil, but he knows that, you know, he trusts that his students are going to be able to take him out or something.
I don't know. We'll see. But the point is, it has potential.
Because in theory, we have seen the strongest of the good guys, which is Gojo.
Yeah.
And in theory, the strongest of the bad guys, which is Sukuna. He's literally called the king of the curses.
Yes.
So, I mean...
And they hang out.
Yeah, where can you go there? It's gonna be interesting to watch.
Yeah. So
or it could be shit.
The show
there is the potential that it goes to shit.
The show has a lot of room to grow. It's interesting because it's a mix of epic battles and then like intimate investigations, like, oh, we're gonna check out this thing. And so it's kind of like a monster show mixed with a shonen anime. So a monster of the week investigation with a shonen anime.
Yes,
so,
it's Bleach.
I never saw Bleach, so sure, whatever. It could be fun. The characters more than enough to be interesting. The movie looks pretty interesting because that's a character we didn't really get to see on the show.
Plus, I like prequels because they can be canon.
Sure. So honestly, I agree with you. I would watch this over Demon Slayer if I could only pick one, and it's because overall, the whole season was more enjoyable than Demon Slayer, because Demon Slayer was the second half. Now I really like both, and I like the world of Demon Slayer and all that stuff. This one's just more relatable, and it's honestly, it's cooler. It's cooler. It's a cooler show. The characters are cooler, the music's cooler, the animation is cooler, and it's not as beautiful as the other one, but it's just overall a cooler show. So I'd pick this one too.
I mean, I don't know in terms of the animation or nothing, because I'm no expert. Both anime have really good animation.
Yeah.
I'll give them that.
Yeah, it's fun. And I like, honestly, what I'm liking about this generation of anime is that they know how to make things feel epic. Like the moment feel epic. Like the build up to a fight, the moment where the hero shows up, it feels like epic moments. And from other ones before, it's like they kind of hit or miss. But at least these two, they're hitting it on the head.
I'm actually interested in watching Black Clover now.
Really?
Yeah, because it's one of the quote-unquote big three now. Which, it's funny to call them big three because One Piece is still king. And it's still going. It's like it's more like it's like the Elite Four.
Dude.
It's like the Elite Four, you know? And the champion.
Well, dude, Bleach is back. There's Dragon Ball Super.
We don't talk about Bleach anymore.
There's Boruto. I mean, like the big three are technically still kind of there.
Boruto, more like boring-to, am I right?
Are you proud of that?
Well, that's pretty boring.
Well, I mean,
I'm a little proud of that, yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Also,
Anyway.
Bleach makes me want to drink bleach.
See,
How
no,
about
that's
that?
slightly better. That's slightly better. It's a redemption. But anyway, we're gonna stop there. Overall, I recommend the series. It's fun. It looks like it's gonna go in an interesting direction.
I wish it had a video game. Maybe it does, but it's only in Japan, probably.
I think they'll come up with something. It would be a interesting fighter game.
I don't want a fucking fighting game. Everything has to be a fucking fighting game with anime. I hate it. Make a beat 'em up or an adventure game or something. I hate it.
Anyway, as always,
Make it a Souls-like.
comments, questions, suggestions, you can find me at Super Dario World on YouTube and on Twitch, streaming at some time this week. I don't know, but it's probably gonna be like after 6 p.m.
Make it a hentai game.
Like a dating game? That, you know what? That could work. It's an investigation. Anyway, if you want to send me something privately, you can do that on Instagram at Super Dario World and at DariusW. Like, subscribe, follow, all that stuff really helps me out. As always, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next time.